This is Ari, Starry Ari, and I'm here to give you guys a message that I received a few weeks back, but I'm actually doing it now. um, I'm one of those people where if I receive something, I have to sit with it for a while and think about it and ask questions of my guides. Specifically, my guide that came in for this one was with my higher self, and it was Jesus Christ, as everybody knows him, or Lord Sananda. Um, as we all know, today is Christmas Eve, and therefore there is an actual energetic portal that opened today so that we are able to anchor in more of the Christ consciousness onto Mother Gaia. What does this mean? This means that what we are doing is a lot of us who are sent here on the earth to work with this energetic pool from the galaxy with the galactics. We are bringing in more Christ conscious light or anchoring into it into Mother Gaia through ourselves, into different focal points within Gaia, so that in many ways we are able to raise the vibration of Gaia, therefore helping other people raise their vibration, and in turn helping with the remembrance process so that the remembrance process could start for a lot of us or rev up for a lot of us, and we are able to recall things about ourselves and what the truth is of the divine plan for our own existence. Okay. um so what I was told, this was like weeks ago, um, I was told that I needed to change my diet. And yes, I did. I did. I was listening. I actually months ago I eliminated pork from my diet because I my body got very sick from this, like the taste and the smell of pork. So I couldn't do it anymore, you guys. It was very, at this point in time, I was doing, and I still am doing a lot of energy work. So I am kind of like a transmitter of and anchoring in a lot of energy from directly from source energy. Um, when you start doing this type of work, especially work for Gaia and the conscious mass consciousness, you start feeling that there are a lot of things that need to be removed from your diet, and there's a lot of situations that need to be dealt with and removed. Um, Not necessarily just removed, but actually dealt with. So that you are able to be a clear channel for this energy to come through. Um, so pork was the first thing, and then after a while I wasn't feeling like much, like I didn't really want to eat much chicken. um, the texture and the smell. um, but the only thing that remained was actual red meat, and with red meat it started slowly. I started like not eating it as often as I did, and I know a lot of dietitians recommend it at least once a week, only because of uh, the like the iron it contains. Like it's a very grounding food, but you could do without it. I mean, I know there's a lot of meat eaters out there, and that's perfectly fine. It's you're gonna figure out your diet based on your own body's needs. Okay, right now my body doesn't need that stuff anymore. As of today, I had started a fast because, like I said, I was guided to yesterday actually. My higher self, I called in my higher self, as typically I do, because I usually just call her in to talk, have some discussions, and ask her what do I need to do next, right? So she came in and she said, call Jesus, and call Jesus or call Lord Sananda. That's what she said. And I asked, okay, I'll call him in. So I call him and he appears, and I asked, so my higher self asked me to call you, and so what message do you have for me? He started talking about an elaborate energetic portal that was opening today. So that was yesterday. He says, as you know already, because I already knew something was going on weeks ago, but I never looked deeply into it. I had dreams about it, but I never looked deeply into it until yesterday. Actually, the day before when he started telling me about it. So he just reminded me about the dreams that I had prior to him showing up, and he just explained it. He explained it. He's like, I know you've had questions about these dreams, that you've had certain locations on the planet that you've seen that were anchoring in golden Christ light or Christ conscious light. And I said yes. And he's like, well, a lot of you, the collective consciousness is anchoring this in for Gaia. So all of us are doing our own work. We may not, some of us may not be aware of it, but we are. Okay, so what it is we are going through and using certain key points with within the constellations, like certain star systems, and we're going through that star system, and it's usually the star system that you are more inclined to work with, those star beings. If you are not aware of what star system or star beings you are from, you could easily ask your guides. It's usually, they're going to usually direct you to the star system that you are more or less, your frequency matches, and because of this mission, because you have a certain mission with that star system here on this planet. So mine is Sirius. So he revealed to me a meditation that I should be doing daily. um, so what it is I actually go into the star itself, Sirius A, and then combine Sirius B with it, like connect the energies through the heart center, and then through the crown I connect directly to God's source energy, and then through my feet I connect directly to Gaia. Okay, and there's a certain location on Gaia where I was tasked with other people, of course I'm not the only one, that to go and connect to the energy there, and then through there to connect directly into Gaia. So what it is we are kind of like, I guess you could say, kind of like anchors of the Christ conscious light. And this is for, and it's not only just people who are aware of their the spiritual mission. It's everybody. Everybody has the same task. A lot of us do it while we sleep, okay, and that's perfectly fine. But a high majority of us who are aware of it are doing it through meditations, okay. So because of this, because this is a lot of energy that we're pulling into Gaia, we, some of us have been asked to be cleared, like dietary changes. Um, so I was one of, I don't know how many, but I have a Facebook group where I shared this information, and I had a lot of people who were actually getting the same information, which is neat. Um, so they all had a very strict diet that they have to follow, a strict dietary regime that they have to follow, and it's very similar to the one I have to follow, and it's due to their own purpose of anchoring in the Christ conscious light onto Gaia. Um, but yes, my points are from Sirius to Machu Picchu, Peru, and that is where I am supposed to be working with energetically, and to Chichen Itza as well. Chichen Itza was these 2 points were actually past lives for me. I've had a lot of memories from these past lives as of late, like months and months ago. I've had revelations of the things that I used to do there, and so when you are feeling a need, or an anchoring towards or an inclination towards learning more about a certain ancient location on the earth, it's usually due to you being one of many people who are supposed to be anchoring in this Christ conscious light at this moment in time there. Okay. um it's kind of like we are activating dormant divine energy portals, or a lot of people like to call them stargates, so that we are able to have a better communication with our star families. um, and in so many ways they're able to reveal more divine information to us that that'll help us on our path towards ascension. Okay, so this is why I'm making this video, is to help you guys be more aware of your dreams. Reflect on that, because a lot of the dreams that we do have are actual indicators of information like this that need to be carried out. And like I said, it's a soul agreement on a higher etheric plane that you've had. So if you were not aware of, or you haven't you in your mind you haven't begun to do the work in actual reality, in actual truth, you've been doing it while you were asleep, not aware of it. So I've been doing it while I was asleep, not aware of it, months before, and so has everybody else. We do a lot of things in our sleep, guys, that we are not aware of, and it's usually a lot of this energetic work. Okay. And like I said, it's everybody. It's everybody. It's a mass conscious collective mission. Um, and it'll look different for everybody else. Like I said, mine is different based off of my own mission and what my soul has been contracted to do. A lot of people are doing ancient Egypt. A lot of people are doing Antarctica. A lot of people are doing. There's going to be a lot of different ancient sites that are going to be activated by different people around the world. And so, like I said, the way that you figure this out is which one is more appealing to you, and which one have you been wanting to travel to lately. That's how you figure it out. Okay. And so it's kind of like what people call grid points, right? So that's what it is. And so today, the 24th of December 2017, is the mass portal opening of the Christ consciousness energy. So if you guys do have time, you call in your higher selves and see what it is that you need to do. Okay, and see what constellation you're supposed to be working with, or working through, what star family system you're supposed to be working with. Okay. You could easily do this by asking your higher self. If you do have a pendulum, you could verify this information with the pendulum, and or card readings. But if you're very open to information that you receive easily through meditation, or through communication or contact with your higher self, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. But like I said, my cleansing diet, or the way that I am going to be anchoring this energy further, is by clearing myself completely. So I'm cleansing myself. I started today. Halfway through the day, I'm still smiling, so that means it's good. But I'm pretty sure tomorrow and the next day is going to be a little bit more rough. But I was told 3 days. I was told yesterday 3 days of just water, or the lemon water juice thingy, or whatever the heck it's called. It's like, people call it a master cleanse. Um, that, okay, 3 days of that. And then after those 3 days, only liquid smoothies, and it has to be predominantly vegetables. You could have fruit here and there, but just more vegetables than anything else. For, I believe he said 3 more days. I think that's what he said. Yeah. So 3 more days. Okay. So almost a week. And then after that, then I start incorporating the solids. So it's not going to be so rough for me because I have been listening, dietary information wise, I have been listening to my body, so it won't be so bad. But for 3 months after this, he stated that I am not supposed to eat anything that's processed, um, any sugar that's not actually coming from fruits, or any grains. The only thing I'm supposed to eat is lentils, fruit in moderation, and vegetables. And try to do it more raw than cooked. I mean, he said I could heat it up a little bit, but if I overcook it, it's kind of like gonna be removing the vitamins that I need. But it's pretty much like a vegan diet. No dairy whatsoever. Believe me, I tried to negotiate with him and he just smiled at me and was telling me the same thing over again. I tried to ask him, I was like, is there any way I could have dairy? And he was just smiled. He's like, lentils, fruit in moderation, and vegetables. And I was like, so what about yogurt with fruit in it? And he just smiled and just said the same thing. And I was like, okay, fine. So, so it was kind of, I felt bad for him because I was being difficult. But he's awesome. Whenever you guys do meet him, which I'm sure you guys have met him before, because he's been around us since we were before we were born. The energy is very beautiful. It makes you kind of like teary eyed because it's so wonderful. It's so full of love and light and unconditional love, you know. And so I always react like that initially, like, oh, hi Jesus, you know. But anyway, he gave me the strict diet, and it's only for me specifically because of the things that my body needs and requires. After the 3 months of just pure vegetables and fruit, no processed food, he he told me I can eat grains, but it has to be in moderation, and it has to be um, whole wheat. Nothing crazy, like no white bread or white rice or whatever else. For rice, it has to be brown rice, and whole wheat, and then oats. You know, just oats. Usually, it's gonna be like those organic stuff, pretty much, and that's it. But everything else, meat, it's gonna be when my body asks for it. Because you do have that point in time where your body does need a little bit of it, and it's not gonna be a whole big portion of it. It's gonna be like probably like a little bite or something of meat, um, and it has to be organic. See if there's any of that actually out there. But so this is by personal uh, information about what I'm doing, and I know there's a lot of people out there who are doing this a similar thing with their own dietary twist to it, based off of their own what their body needs. But like I said, this is very important energy work, and so with high amounts of frequencies and energies, there is always a need for the body to be clear of toxins, of things that'll prevent the energy from flowing naturally into our bodies. So if you're being asked to do this diet like I am, or this cleansing like I am, make sure that you are very careful with that. We're very gentle with your body. Make sure that you do actually talk to a nutritionist or a specialist when it comes to this stuff. I happen to have people who are nutritionists in my family, so I did discuss it with them a little bit further, and I asked if it was okay, if it was going to be, healthy and not dangerous for me, and they said that was perfectly fine. That the only thing that I had to remove from the master cleanse initial diet, for the first 3 days, was the drinking salt water, because that's unhealthy, because it's actually dehydrating your body. So I removed that. I don't. I never. I When I looked at it, I was like, I'm not doing that. I was not okay with that. And so I called them and I asked, I called my sister and I asked her, and I called one of my friends and I asked her if that's healthy. And they're saying no, drinking anything with salt, any water with salt is very, very dehydrating. It's going to cause a lot of um, discomfort in the digestive tract. So it's not healthy. So I highly recommend that you speak to a health specialist or a dietary specialist for this. Um, Whoever you think is actually, invested in the knowledge. So yes. So just be gentle with yourself. If you are being asked to do this, be gentle with yourself. Have patience. It's all for this purpose. It's all going to be for the betterment of the collective consciousness. Um, and that's all I have. Okay, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and write them below. Um, if you guys want further information about galactic heritage and what galactic heritage you're from, I actually do a reading for this, and I do have a special for it. It's a 60-minute reading because it is very detailed, and it's actually at $40 now. Because of the holiday specials that I have on my website. So come check it out. It's www.starry333healingsandreadings.com. And I'll go ahead and write it down below. And I do have a lot of free readings that I do conduct throughout the week on my Facebook group, which is Star Seeds of Love and Light. And like I said, there's a lot of more information out in that group. There's a lot of more information from a lot of people who have their own spiritual business as well, who have their own specials. So if you guys really, really need some assistance in anything like spiritual based, I suggest you join the group. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope this resonates with somebody. Like I said, if you guys have questions, just go ahead and find me on Facebook or message me through my website, or write or comment below. All right. Hopefully this works out for a lot of us. I know it's going to be rough, but keep the faith. So have a happy holidays. If you guys do celebrate Christmas, have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys around. All right. Love you. Mwah. Bye.